Today's show is dedicated to Mrs. Willard's World Geography classes at Lumberport Middle School in Lumberport, West Virginia. Welcome, everyone. An overhaul of the rules for the country's banks. President Obama says that's what's needed to avoid another economic crisis. He made the statement during a speech on Wall Street yesterday, but some lawmakers and economic experts disagree with some of the president's proposals, like a federal agency that Mr. Obama says would be responsible for protecting consumers. Ben Bernanke, who heads up the country's central bank, says that's what his organization does, so a new agency isn't necessary. The timing of the speech came on the one-year anniversary of the biggest bankruptcy filing in U.S. history. President Obama says America's financial industry needs to learn from past mistakes to avoid future crises.
1 year ago, we saw in stark relief how markets can spin out of control, how a lack of common sense rules can lead to excess and abuse, how close we can come to the brink. 1 year later, it is incumbent upon us to put in place those reforms that will prevent this kind of crisis from ever happening again, reflecting painful but important lessons that we've learned, and that will help us move from a period of reckless irresponsibility, a period of crisis, to one of responsibility and prosperity.
Well, from regulation to inoculation, health officials say a vaccine for the H1N1 virus, also known as swine flu, could be ready in a few weeks, and that is earlier than expected. More good news. Researchers say one shot should be enough. Originally, they thought it would take two. Experts say certain groups, including students, should get the vaccine. It takes a little more than a week for it to take effect.
Time for the shout-out. Which of these bodies of water is located in northern Israel? If you think you know it, shout it out. Is it the Sea of Galilee, the Dead Sea, the Red Sea, or the Caspian Sea? You've got 3 seconds. Go! You'll find the Sea of Galilee in the northeast part of the Middle Eastern nation. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out.
And that's where archaeologists have made a religiously significant discovery. Today, the Galilee region is known as a tourist spot with a lot of resorts. But a couple thousand years ago, it played a big role in 2 world religions. And now, scientists have uncovered a piece of that history. Here's Paula Hancox.
On the shores of the Sea of Galilee, a discovery that should excite both Jews and Christians. Israeli archaeologists say they found one of the world's oldest synagogues from the time of Jesus and in the neighborhood of Jesus.
It is possible to think that Jesus was sitting here with his community in this synagogue, praying together with Mary Magdalene.
The Bible documents Jesus' time at the Sea of Galilee, and Mary Magdalene is believed to have lived close by this site. The ruins date back some 2,000 years and may not have been unearthed at all if it weren't for construction starting on the foundations of a hotel planned for this spot. For these archaeologists, the date is crucial, as they believe this synagogue was operational at the time of the Second Temple, the main synagogue in Jerusalem, and has a preserved 7-branched menorah.
We can see very nicely the curve of the menorah, which made, we presume, exactly as the menorah in the temple, that were at the temple at this time.
Excavation is continuing, and already plans are underway to open the synagogue to the public.
This is certainly the most elaborate one, with a mosaic floor with frescoes. We have walls here that are painted with frescoes. This is really the first time that an elaborate, beautifully decorated synagogue from that time has been discovered.
Building plans for the hotel have obviously had to change, but this discovery could well attract far more visitors than a hotel ever could. Paula Hancox, CNN Jerusalem.
A word to the wise: matriculation. Enrollment, especially in a college or university.
Well, this year, matriculation has come at a higher price, literally. The average cost of tuition at a 4-year public college is up more than 6%. Public versus private, in-state versus out-of-state. Different schools come with different price tags, and for many families, college choices can mean tough choices. Frederica Whitfield has one student's story.
Move-in day for college freshman Presley Chackles to a place she never expected would bring so much happiness and harmony.
I've been working all day getting my room together, but I like it. I'm excited.
Also excited, her parents, Peter and Ann.
This is like a ride to a suburb when you live in Atlanta, so she's close.
But the hour-long ride to the University of Georgia in Athens didn't come without detours. Like thousands of American households on tighter budgets, savings and 401ks taking double-digit losses, family plans are forced to be flexible.
I was really completely set on going out of state.
Oh, we remember. We first met the Chackles last spring. College acceptance letters were coming in, along with the prospect of a full scholarship available to Georgia students with a 3.0 GPA or higher planning to attend an in-state school. But at the time, Presley and her parents were not seeing eye to eye. So your heart tells you one thing, but the purse strings tell you another.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So what are these conversations like with mom and dad when you all try to come to grips about a happy medium?
They can get heated.
That was last March. Now?
I ended up getting into UGA off of the wait list, and my decision immediately changed to back in state because I was going to UNC Wilmington, but I switched back to UGA to save an indescribable amount of money.
A huge relief for her parents. Even though they spent years saving for her higher education, the thought of unloading at least $25,000 a year for 4 years of out-of-state undergrad was stressful beyond words.
Well, it would have been very tough. It was frightening. That financial part was absolutely frightening.
Staying in-state, able to benefit from that Georgia full academic scholarship, cut their expenses by more than half. Out of pocket now, $10,000 a year for Presley's housing, books, and other fees. The benefits of their family decision, endless.
I think, she'll be able to study abroad for a semester if she wants to, and that probably would not have happened if she had gone out of state.
The Chackles are confident Presley will maintain a 3.0 or better to keep the state scholarship until graduation. But the family savings plan continues. In 3 years, it'll be Presley's younger brother's turn.
We'll probably start prepping for our son a little bit earlier,
in hopes that he, too, qualifies for the same kind of in-state help. Frederica Whitfield, CNN, Atlanta.
I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
The most talked about moment from the MTV Video Music Awards was not part of the script. Kanye West interrupting Taylor Swift's acceptance speech to announce who he thought should have won. The backlash against West has been fast and heated. But this isn't the only recent outburst from people in the public eye. You might have heard about tennis star Serena Williams being docked a point for her outburst during the U.S. Open. And U.S. Representative Joe Wilson yelling out during President Obama's recent address to Congress on health care reform. All three have apologized. Kanye did it on his blog. What we're asking on our blog is, are these outbursts appropriate? Are they disrespectful? When and how is it okay to express your disagreement with something? Tell us your opinion at cnnstudentnews.com. And finally, mark your calendars. CNN Student News is celebrating its 20th anniversary on September 25th. As a sneak preview for you, here's a look back at the past 2 decades.
History is ready to be made. Hope you're ready, guys.
The worst oil spill in U.S. history.
Campaign engine start.
This is CNN Student News. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Looks great. We'll have more throughout the month, and we'll be back tomorrow with more CNN Student News. See you then.